Hi there, I'm Jaylyn West and I'm back with another one of my motivational videos. And today I wanted to motivate you to start planning your next vacation. You know, it won't be long and summer will be here, and it's a time of year that we love to go on vacation. We love to make plans, make great family memories, or to just be with your loved ones or your girlfriends, your guy friends, whatever. So we went this past October to Belize, and we'd heard wonderful things about it, and we decided to check it out for ourselves, to try something entirely new. And we did, and we don't regret it at all. It was actually one of our favorite vacations. So we stayed on the island of San Pedro. And we did a lot of research. We did a lot of internet research on it, and we found the most amazing resort that probably we've ever stayed at in our lives. It's called Las Terrazas, and I'll put a link down there for you so that you can find it. We did a lot of research, and Las Terrazas means the terraces, and that's because there are so many terraces for each suite. And it was just spectacular. We had on the top floor, which is where the master suite was, we had a wraparound terrace, and then on the lower floor, on the bottom floor, we had two terraces. It was 2 bedroom, 2 bath, washer and dryer, kitchen, dining, sitting area, and if it's in your budget, I highly recommend Las Terrazas. The service was amazing. The food was to die for. Of course, we had wonderful cocktails. Our room faced west, so we got to see gorgeous sunsets, and it does actually back up to the beach. And then we got to see, it was also a wedding destination. So we got to kind of peek at some lovely weddings that were there. So wedding parties went there, and it was just an amazing place to stay. And we definitely give that a 5 stars. And then the other thing I should mention about San Pedro is that it is literally a golf cart community. And what I mean by a golf cart community is you don't see a lot of cars. You literally see people driving around in golf carts. Not the electric kind so much, with the gasoline golf carts. And, it's kind of shocking when you first get there. But then after that, you just kind of get used to it. So definitely rent a golf cart. Rent it for the entire time you're there, not just for a few days, because you're probably going to want to go and explore a bit. The roads are a little on the bumpy side, and that's that's putting it politely. But you just kind of go with the groove. I mean, that's what traveling is. It's about the adventure, right? And also, one day we went snorkeling with some friends that we met, and we rented a boat and went snorkeling. We're not divers, but that was quite the adventure. We saw a lot of marine life, and it was pretty wonderful. But one thing that Lance, my husband, and my new friends from Florida did, is they literally went swimming with the sharks. Now, I am not that brave. I said, I think I'm going to stay on the boat and just take some pictures and capture the moment, which I was very fine doing. And apparently sharks are a bit like snakes, and let me tell you what I mean by that. You have the kind of snakes that you just run away from. They're deadly. They're going to attack you. All of that, and then you have other snakes that they probably won't harm you. They're not as aggressive, and they just whatever. They're just threatening because they're a snake. So it's the same way with sharks. You have some sharks that, personally, I just like to see in a big aquarium. And then there are sharks like the ones that they swam with that they're not aggressive. In fact, I helped feed them, which I can't even believe I even petted one, and I can't believe that. And it was ironically a lot like petting a snake. They looked a bit like catfish, so that was a true experience. Now, one of the other fun things that we did, I met some girlfriends who were staying at the resort, and actually one of them, she and her boyfriend lived there. and they've invested. They have a townhome there, and they love it. They love living in Belize. They love the lifestyle of it. And I think financially, it's a good situation for them. Of course, they also have their own plane, so I kind of get that too. But we went into town. The girls, we did a girls trip into town and did some shopping. Met some local vendors and had a wonderful time. And every time that I travel, I like to meet the locals, and I like to do business with them and to buy from them and hear their story. And that's part of the experience, which I absolutely love about traveling. And I think that in my heart, deep in my heart, I'm just a bit of a nomad, and I live for our travel experiences, and I would rather spend our money there than on other things that we can afford. But I just love to travel, and I love the memories that go along with it and the experiences. And I like to invest in our experiences. And Lance and I, this is where we're very compatible. So one of the coolest places that I went to there in San Pedro, we went to, it's a soap shop, and it was a lot of organic soaps and lotions. And so, we meet the man who owns it, and he and his wife own and run the store. And you're just dying to hear his story, because he's an American, and he's this big guy who looks like he could be really tough. And he was a cop in Chicago, and he and his wife decided to relocate to Belize and to raise their daughter with a different culture, just for the experience of it. And so his story was amazing. And we just had a great time. And then one day Lance and I went out, and we met some of the local artisans and invested in some local artwork. With that, we had to think about what we could actually carry back with us. So, the things were tiny, but they were still beautifully handcrafted, and we have a story and a memory to go with it. Now, here is a tip that I have for you. If you decide to stay in San Pedro, then you're going to have to travel from the mainland over to San Pedro. And initially, we booked a ferry, and it was not a wonderful experience for us. It was rainy and windy that day, and so we had to stay below deck. And we were rocking back and forth and back and forth, and it was a ridiculously long ride. I think it was a couple hours. And if you are prone to seasickness, then it definitely would not have been fabulous. We had water coming in from the doors and the windows, and it was like the reality show gone wrong. So then once we got there and we met some people, we found out that the best way to do it, and it's just a little bit more expensive, but definitely worth it, and I encourage you to put this in your budget, is you can charter a plane. And it's a small plane. I think it held probably about 10 people, and you can get over there in 30 minutes. So that was definitely the way to go. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to talk about are the beaches in San Pedro. We had heard that the beaches were great, but Lance and I are very spoiled, because we've gone to some amazing beaches in our lifetime, and the beaches are not fabulous. But the one great beach there is called the Secret Beach. And it's not really a secret, because you're going to find signs that lead you there. But that's the cool place where everybody goes and hangs out. And we had so much fun. We met a lot of really nice people there. A lot of Texans, but then also people from other places too. So that's what we did, and it was a fun time. I'm going to say the resort that we stayed at was a 5-star. We would go back and stay there. Belize itself, I'm going to give 3 stars. It was fun and wonderful, and a great experience. We met wonderful people, but just simply because the beaches weren't as great as what we like, because we like to just hang on the beach, I would say that there are probably other places where they have better beaches. But Belize is definitely worth the experience to go to. Now, I have a bit of great news for you, for my followers. I am now currently taking a John Maxwell leadership course, and I'm learning how to speak better in front of the camera and in front of audiences. Yay! So I'm going to be more interesting and hopefully improve my act just a little bit. And then I also invested in some better recording equipment. So yay, that means that the sound is going to be better. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. You know, it means a great deal to me that you're taking 5 to 10 minutes out of your very busy schedule. I love to hear your feedback. Please share this with your friends. Ask any questions if you'd like, especially about current topic or topics you may want me to talk about. I'm going to start doing more interviews because I meet so many interesting people in my life, and I love connecting people. That's one of my favorite things to do, and I think that I'm blessed that I get to do this. So anyway, if you like to follow me, my Facebook page is Jaylyn West with a capital L, or Life in Our Community. I also have the Organic Lifestyle if you're into healthy eating that tastes good. You can follow me on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on YouTube. I have a blog called Jaylyn's Groovy Blog. And if you're into photography, I have a website, jaylynwest.com. So have a great day. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you next time.